Inkling's up throw up air confirm is very important to her metagame, since it gives Inkling players a stock at higher percents. The thing about Booyah is that there is tons of depth with the confirm and there's a lot that needs to be memorized about it. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know about Inkling's up throw up air, also known as Booyah confirm, in video format. So yeah, let's get right into it. The first thing I want to go over is, how do you do it? Well, I'm going to show you. The first thing you want to do after doing your up throw is buffer a full hop. You can either buffer the jump by holding the jump button for the whole buffer or buffering it normally. While you're buffering your jump, look at where the opponent is going. The opponent will usually go to the left or to the right of you. You react to the opponent's CI by going into that direction for a little bit. After that, you do your double jump and then up air immediately after your double jump. For this confirm to work, you can react to the opponent's CI or read the opponent's CI after your up throw. If you're playing online, you're mostly going to be reading your opponent's CI since it is impossible to react to the opponent's CI online, and letting the up throw upper be a true combo. Now if you try to read the opponent's CI, you have a 50-50 chance of letting it confirm, since the opponent can DI the other way and you can miss the opponent. Reacting to the opponent's CI makes up throw upper not a true kill confirm and just makes it 50-50. But if you are reacting to the opponent's CI, it makes it a true kill confirm. Now reacting to the opponent's CI takes much more practice than reading the EI, since you have to practice reacting to where the opponent is going. If you try to do this confirm in training mode, I recommend having a device to help you do left and right DI or having a second person to help you. I also recommend doing up throw up air reacting to DI in actual matches, and see if you can do it in an intense game. Now I'm going to talk about how the combo counter works in training mode. Up throw up air is a 4-hit combo, so if you get the 4-hit combo in training mode, you got the combo every time you get that. But if you get the combo in training mode and it only says 2 at the end of the combo, you may have gotten the combo or you may have not. The reason for this is the combo counter stops counting combos when the opponent is at hit stun. But when the opponent is at hit stun, they still have a couple of frames to get out of a combo. For example, if you try to air dodge out of a combo, most characters have a frame 3 air dodge, so the opponent has to go through hit stun and 2 frames of their air dodge coming out for them to not be comboable anymore. Booyah is a very good example of this happening in training mode. If you try to do an up throw upper combo on Mario at kill percent, it will never ever count as a true combo on Mario specifically. But if you look at footage you've taken of doing the combo, you can see that Mario is starting his air dodge and still getting hit by the up air. So it is important to have a device to test out air dodging or a second person to help you test out combos in this game. Since if you have a second person, you can see that the combo works or not. Now that I have the combo counter stuff out of the way, let's talk about the opponent's escape options out of up throw up air. They can air dodge, jump, or mash a button. The worst option out of those 3 is mashing a button, since you are vulnerable throughout the whole combo and you cannot escape it. Another thing about that is that most attacks in the air are slower than air dodges, so it's overall a worse option. Air dodging out of up throw up air is most of the time the optimal way to get out of the combo. The scary thing about air dodging out of the combo is that the Inkling can read your air dodge and punish accordingly. But most of the time Inkling won't do this because it is a true combo all of the time, so what's the point of trying to read it? Jumping out of the combo is also good for getting out of up throw up air. The thing about jumping is that it is inconsistent what characters it is good on, since they're not invulnerable but they jump high in the air. So if the opponent has a very slow double jump, like Mewtwo for example, I would recommend air dodging out of the combo. Now obviously the thing about up throw up air is that it is character dependent at what percent it works on. There is an entire chart on every character getting Booyah of what percents they work on with optimal DI. Memorizing all these percents can be hard, and I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to memorize some of them. Here's one tip. Here's Captain Falcon. His up throw upper window is 120 to 150. Now looking at Captain Falcon's weight, he's quite a bit heavier than Mario, but not in the heavier characters in this game, I would say. Now you standing and watching the video, try to think of another character that weighs around the same as Captain Falcon. Well, if you guess any of these characters on the screen right now, they have the same window as Captain Falcon. Now you can just memorize one percentage range, 120 to 150. because all of these characters have this window. Now there are some other characters in the game that have this window actually, but they don't look like they weigh the same as Captain Falcon, so they're not on this list. Hopefully this tip helped you memorizing so many of these characters' percents, because it certainly helped me a lot. Another tip is to know how much all of these characters weigh in the game. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know all of these percents, but I know how much all of the characters weigh in the game, so I have a good idea of when the opponent's Booyah percent starts working. That's everything you need to know of how to do Booyah and the percentage windows of it. Now it is time to go a little more in depth with this confirm. You should know by now that every character has a percentage window of when Booyah will kill with ultimate DI. But there is a way you can kill the opponent even earlier than the stated percentage. If you look at upper's hitbox specifically on its launch angles, you can see that the angle changes of the second hit depending on which part of the upper you hit with. This is very important for upper. Let's look at a Booyah situation, specifically if the opponent DIs to the right side. If the opponent DIs to the right side, you hit him with upper, they DI to the right to survive. For upper to kill earlier than it's supposed to, you're supposed to get the left side of the hitbox because the opponent is trying to DI to the right, so you can cross up the opponent's DI and they die earlier. Now it is scary for the Inkling player to grab you before your Booyah percent starts. The opponent can DI to cross up correctly, but the Inkling player doesn't always have to cross up DI, and the opponent will incorrectly DI the move the way it's supposed to, and it will die earlier than they're supposed to. You will know that you successfully cross up the opponent's DI if the opponent goes straight up instead of to his side. Now this makes DIing upper at the percents before your Booyah percent starts a 50-50, since you don't know if the Inkling player will cross up the DI and you will DI wrong. On some characters, like Mario for example, it's actually pretty easy to cross up to the DI. So make sure that you adjust your up air for it to not cross up so the Mario player will DI wrong. This is also good on characters that if they have a very small window, like a 1% window for example, you can just go for the confirm earlier and you have a chance to kill them because they DI incorrectly. This is one way Inkling can kill earlier from upper, but there are other ways you can kill with it, starting with Ink and Rage. Inks make single hit moves do more damage and multi-hit moves do more knockback and percent, since the first hit of the multi-hit does more damage, so it leads in the second hit doing more knockback. When we look into Ink for upper, up throw and up air are both multi-hits. So you're gonna go for Booyah 3 to 5% earlier, obviously depending on how much Ink is on the opponent. If you don't want Ink screwing up your knockback, you can just wait for the Ink to go away. Now let's talk about Rage. If the Inkling player is from 0 to 35%, Rage is not coming a factor for the Booyah combo to work. If they are from 35 to 50%, it becomes a little bit of a factor and the Inkling player has to do the confirm 3 to 5% earlier. Now when the Inkling player is from 50 to 100, it pretty much ruins the Booyah percent and he has to do it 12 to 15% earlier. You better be good at math. And finally, if the Inkling player is from 100 to 150%, which is not when Rage stops, but around there, you have to do the combo 22 to 25% earlier. I do not recommend going for this combo at all if you have this much Rage, but if you're feeling lucky, you can go for it. Rage doesn't really affect the Booyah confirm if you're finding a super heavy character with a 30% window. Now let's get into the stages. Having higher ceilings makes it so the Booyah confirm doesn't kill until a little later. But if you know how much the ceilings affect the Booyah confirm, you're pretty much gonna know how high the ceilings are on the stage list. So knowing this as an Inkling main gives you more knowledge on the game in general. The high ceilings in the game are Kalos and Battlefield. These stages makes it so the Booyah combo kills 8% later than they normally do. The second highest ceilings in the game are Tana City, Smashville, and Unova League. These stages makes it so the Booyah confirm kills 6% later. And finally, we have the stages with normal ceilings, which are FD, PS2, Small Battlefield, Yoshi's, Lilat, and finally the Minecraft stage. Please make this stage legal. Something to know about stages and how they affect the Booyah combo is that if a character has a very small window, like a 2% window for example, some stages that have high ceilings makes it so the combo doesn't work on those characters because they won't get KO'd. There are still a couple of things that aren't as important about Booyah, but I'm going to talk about them anyway, so here you go. There's a thing about Booyah on some characters called technique and spot syndrome. These two things aren't really that important and you don't really have to put them into your Booyah to make it more consistent, but they're still good to know for some matchups, not many though. That's just how I do it. If you actually want to learn more about the spot syndrome and the techniques, you can look at the Booyah document down below. It gives you every character that has a spot syndrome or a technique of how to Booyah them, and it shows you more in detail of how easy it is to Booyah some characters. The one syndrome I think is decently important is neutral air dodge syndrome. Some characters cannot neutral air dodge out of Booyah in some percentages because it shifts their hurtbox for them to still get hit by Booyah. This is for Booyah on some characters where you cannot reach them with up air anymore, but if they neutral air dodge you can reach them because they shift their hurtbox. And that is pretty much it about Inkling's up throw up air confirm, or Booyah. I keep saying both in this video, I'm not consistent. So like I said earlier, I'm going to have the Booyah document in the description below and the chart of all of the Booyah percentages. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. It seriously helps out a lot with the channel. Another thing I'd like to announce is that I'm going to be starting to stream more on Twitch, so you can catch me live in Inkling or playing online. So make sure to follow me on Twitch and you can catch some of my live streams. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.